Welcome back to the Daily Threat, your go-to source for the latest cybersecurity news and analysis. Today we have some alarming stories that highlight the ever-present dangers lurking in the digital world. Our first story takes us into the realm of Android vulnerabilities. Google's Android TV and Gmail services were recently at the center of a major security breach, as reported by The Verge. Attackers were able to exploit a flaw in the Android TV operating system, gaining access to users' Gmail accounts through their browsers. So, how did they pull it off? Well, it seems that the attackers leveraged a vulnerability in the Android TV browser, allowing them to execute arbitrary code remotely. Once they gained access to the browser, they could then harvest users' Gmail credentials and potentially other sensitive information. This attack poses a significant risk to both individual users and businesses alike. For individuals, compromised Gmail accounts could lead to identity theft, financial fraud, and unauthorized access to personal information. For businesses, the implications are even more severe, as attackers could gain access to corporate email accounts, sensitive documents, and confidential communications. To mitigate the risk of such attacks, it's crucial for users to keep their software up to date, including their operating systems, browsers, and applications. Additionally, enabling two-factor authentication, 2FA, on Gmail accounts can provide an extra layer of security, making it more difficult for attackers to compromise accounts even if they obtain login credentials. But the threats don't end there. Our next story revolves around a new malware variant dubbed Brokewell, which is targeting Android devices. According to Bleeping Computer, Brokewell is a sophisticated piece of malware that is capable of taking over Android devices and stealing sensitive data. Brokewell spreads through malicious apps that masquerade as legitimate software, tricking users into downloading and installing them from third-party app stores or malicious websites. Once installed, the malware can perform a variety of malicious actions, including exfiltrating personal data, intercepting communications, and even taking control of the infected device. The implications of Brokewell are dire for both individuals and businesses. For individuals, the malware can compromise their privacy and security, potentially leading to financial loss and identity theft. For businesses, the threat is even greater, as infected devices could serve as footholds for attackers to gain access to corporate networks and sensitive data. To protect against Brokewell and similar threats, it's essential to exercise caution when downloading apps from third-party sources. Stick to official app stores like Google Play whenever possible, and carefully review app permissions before installing anything. Additionally, regularly scanning your device for malware using reputable antivirus software can help detect and remove any malicious apps that may have slipped through the cracks. Finally, let's turn our attention to some positive news in the cybersecurity world. Vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure systems have long been a cause for concern, but recent efforts by the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, CISA, are helping to address these issues. As reported by The Record, CISA has been running a pilot program aimed at resolving vulnerabilities in critical infrastructure systems, working closely with stakeholders to identify and mitigate potential risks. Through this initiative, CISA has been able to identify and patch vulnerabilities in various systems, reducing the overall risk of cyber attacks targeting critical infrastructure. While this is undoubtedly a step in the right direction, it's essential for businesses and organizations to remain vigilant and proactive in their cybersecurity efforts. Regularly assessing and patching vulnerabilities, implementing robust security measures, and fostering a culture of cybersecurity awareness are all crucial steps in safeguarding critical infrastructure from cyber threats. That's all for today's episode of the Daily Threat. Remember, staying informed and proactive is key to staying safe in today's digital landscape. Be sure to subscribe to the Daily Threat for the latest cybersecurity news and analysis. Until next time, stay secure.